That
Hey,
sounds
this
good.
is Winter with the Shift Spotlight, and today we're here with David Sauers. He is did I pronounce that right? Before I go any
Sours.
further? Sauers. All right, I did pretty good.
Sours.
He's the co-founder of Royal Restrooms, and he can be found at royalrestrooms.com. Welcome to the show, David.
Thank you, Winter. I appreciate it.
So, fellow Ginger, I appreciate that. Also, fellow person living in the state of Georgia, appreciate that too. We like to start with a little bit of fun. Can you tell us an interesting fact about you that people may not know?
Um, yeah, it's kind of I guess kind of a private hobby. I have been collecting, I guess, football cards now. They are so different from when I was younger, 50 years ago, that baseball cards and football cards now actually have game-worn jerseys and memorabilia and signed autographs built into the little baseball cards and football cards that are just, it's like owning a little piece of history, but it's still the size of a baseball card, and it's just interesting to get SEC bowl game patch or a football patch that was player worn. So it's kind of transcended into a small little private hobby
Yeah,
that
that's awesome. I like that. I wonder if you're going to have any ACC stuff come through, but probably not.
oh, I collect basically on looks and nostalgic and stuff. So I've got them from all over the place, from West Coast, East Coast, Mountain West, you name it.
Are you a
Uh,
dog fan?
I am a Georgia Bulldog fan, but I'm more of a fair weather fan. I kind of jump on the bandwagon.
Nice.
I pull for SEC wherever they're at, and kind of who's on the top. But I enjoy going to games when I'm able to, for sure.
Nice. All right, well, let's jump into it. At a high level, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Uh, my day to day is everything and anything. I am kind of a jack of all trades. I really like to try to focus on continuing to build our business and brand. But I do anything from guidance, selling franchises, to doing trade shows, to doing, administrative things to further the company, more enhance the company, um, even uh, building new trailers to keep us at the top level of where we're at in our company and our business.
Right. And so tell us exactly what your company is and what the company does.
So we were founded in 2004, so we're at our 20-year anniversary mark. We provide high-end luxury restrooms. We kind of call them high-end luxury restrooms. It's really just a real restroom on wheels. Um, Typically people think about a porta potty, they think of a little blue box or green box that's just kind of a bucket in a corner. Our trailers are actual real restrooms on a trailer, except now they're climate controlled, they're full functioning. It is like going to a bathroom at your house. It's just portable.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so interested to hear about that crap. Okay. I've been waiting to say that. I've been waiting to say that. I've been trying to set you up so I could say that. But I've actually used your restrooms at the Inman Park Festival. I've actually used your restrooms at concerts. So I know about your product. It is luxury. It's nice. It's enjoyable.
Well,
And
we
so
were glad to take a piece of you.
nice, nice. So, how did you get involved in this business?
So I get innovation, or I guess opportunity, creates the a need, or when something fails miserably, you look for a solution. Mine came from my little girls. They were potty training. I took them to a festival. We had to use a porta john. We had a horrible experience. There was no light in it. My daughter is touching everything. It was freaking me out. Um, had to, my younger one, Cece, I had to let somebody else hold her, a stranger outside. I've got my foot propped on the door. I'm holding the other one over the toilet, and I just get peed on. And just like, why are we doing this?
Right.
Why is this still socially acceptable in the 21st century? We are still going to the bathroom like the Romans.
Right.
This is like, I don't understand why this is just the standard, why this is the norm. And I sat on it for about a year. And my business partner, Robert Glisson, is the one who was the real catalyst. It was like, this is a great idea. Let's move forward. Let's do this. And he was the one that kind of really launched it out of a hole and into a business.
Mm, yeah.
And, you know, from that experience, we created something that has really revolutionized the industry. It's the kind of the mainstream standard now. You can't go anywhere without restroom trailers now. The general
I'm
public,
doing everything I can to not like chime in with jokes. I mean, like mainstream, I just want to say something there. And, like there, you keep saying words that just like make me think of the restroom.
well, I mean, you can go all day with it. I mean,
Yeah,
I
fun.
heard
It's fun.
it, and you have to with what
Yeah.
we do.
You
It's
can go all day long.
that's right. You know,
So
that
with
that
the business, it's grown. I've looked you up and all the research. So how many employees do you have?
so our corporate office has about 10 employees,
Mhm.
but each individual office ranges from anywhere from 5 employees to as many as 40 employees.
Yeah. And
So
at that,
nationwide, we probably have, I, I would say somewhere in the neighborhood of 400, 500 employees.
and out of that, like how many do you have on your leadership teams? How are they getting managed?
So each of our leadership teams are independently owned. They're franchises.
Mm-hmm.
So we franchised it out. So our franchise owners are our team leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And we like that business model because it put ownership and it put kind of their name on the line. They're upholding the image, they're upholding, their values, and they're valuing our core values as a business.
Right,
So
right.
by doing that, they have their each own individual responsibility to themselves and their employees. And it's kind of a trickle. It's more of a partnership rather than a leadership from corporate
Yeah,
to franchises.
yeah,
Uh, our owner operators work with us to better the company as a whole.
yeah.
It's not so much of a pyramid, it's more like a family conglomerate. We join together to do things, we join together to put on events, we partner with an emergency response and help out. The few things that corporate really does mandate would be more of um, would be the independent offices have to be involved in the local community. And by
Mm,
that, we make each individual office donate at least a minimum of 25,000 of in-kind donations to local nonprofits and charities to
mm,
force them to make them be a part of that community. It's not really
yeah,
forcing them, it's what they already do, but that's one small, I guess, measuring tool that we use because we want to make sure that they're part of the community, they're invested in the community, they're giving back to the community that's given to them.
right. And it's like a give back and it's, establishing the relationships in those communities. How many franchises do you have?
So right now we have about 50 offices, which are made up of maybe 28 different franchisees.
Okay,
We have a
that's a good
couple that
number.
own multiple offices. We have some new offices opening up this year, one in Santa Fe, New Mexico, one in Shreveport, Louisiana. And we're hopeful to open up one in Connecticut and then another one in Ohio in the next month and a half. We've
And so is this
started
like a
paperwork on two of them.
territorial thing where like if they open in this territory, that territory is now locked and you're not allowed to get in that territory?
That's correct. So we operate basically within a 50 square mile radius because we are mobile.
Yeah.
So we're able to go from location to location. And so you've got about a 50 square mile radius of where of what you're locked in, and that's your protected territory per
Yeah.
se. But our leads, I mean, we had trailers go up to one of our newest trailers, it went all the way up to like Vermont or New Hampshire for a wedding because there wasn't anybody up there, and our offices in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina did not have our newest trailer that
Yeah.
we launched.
That's interesting. All right. So you're growing this business, started out, two people doing their thing,
That's
and
it.
then you grew into this 28 franchises, on that scale, at that scale. I'm sure you did some things really well and really poorly. So let's start out with the good. Tell us something that you did right that maybe even at the time you didn't know you were doing right.
What what we did right was we did not just when we started to expand, we did not put, and we still haven't to this day, put all of our efforts into mass expansion. We have continued to put our resources back into Royal Restrooms, back into our franchisees, our offices to maintain that growth and that solid footprint that we have. We did not say, oh, we got this great idea. Now let's go partner with a venture capitalist or partner with a big box type person and, just throw this out everywhere. Now, we like to think that we did it right. Some people may say that we did it wrong because now we have hundreds of copycats all over the country that kind of look to us or mirror what we do, which
Don't
is,
they say that's the best form of flattery is when somebody copies you?
it is, it is, but it still kind of stings.
Yeah, and
You
I
know,
know I've seen it, like somebody's literally taken my copy and put it somewhere and they're just like, ouch, you didn't even change a word, to make it different, right? But you
yeah,
know,
and I mean it's you get all the different I think somebody passed up there was a Royal Crown restrooms now or and you're just kind of like, really guys, like you can't
yeah,
come up with something a little bit different. So you get a lot of people playing off the name, and hey, there is plenty of business out there,
all right,
and everybody has got a different model. Everybody does a good job. Or else we wouldn't have multiple hotels. We wouldn't have multiple restaurant chains. You wouldn't, you know, everybody does a good job. And our business is to be as good as we can be.
right,
It's about the memories, it's about the people's lives that we touch, and we want to make sure that we do the job right so your event, your wedding, whatever it is, goes smoothly and without a
right,
hitch.
yeah. Gosh, I still want to chime in with some jokes. All right,
You
so
have time.
as we go into this next year, where do you see yourself investing resources for growth?
So our growth is really again put back into our offices. We want our offices to continue to grow. But one of the new things that we're pushing out right now is we're pushing out a number of new model trailers that we're kind of test marketing out there
Yeah,
because staying on the cusp of the business and being out there in the forefront. We're first and foremost more of an event rental company, not just we're not a portable toilet business. We
right,
like to think of ourselves as more, I don't want to say whatever, but we're in the service industry. We're there to
right.
provide a service.
Okay.
And So we've expanded into shower trailers, which we have for a number of years, and
Nice.
that's done really well. We've got some laundry trailers, and we've moved into some refrigeration trailers. But now we have some beverage trailers that we're offering. We have sink trailers. We have some office trailers, which we're calling quick space because they can be either a locker room, a quick mobile office, or even a dressing room. So we're playing around with a bunch of different models that don't actually really truly change our footprint and are still actively involved in the portable restroom industry. Wherever you need these products, you need
Right.
portable restrooms.
That's right. Yeah, I love that. I think it's great. So, if you had to do it all over, speaking to your younger or less experienced self, what would your advice be?
My advice would be to continue to take it slow.
Mm,
Invest, manage your time as wisely as possible between family and business.
that's
You
right.
know, the business will take on a life of its own. You don't necessarily have to create everything for it to be successful. You don't have to force it to be successful. It will be successful on its own if it's just done right and patiently. You know, so many times we tried to force things rather than just let them play out. And by forcing things, you make mistakes. You jump to early conclusions. Without properly testing things and evaluating things. And I think the most important thing is take your time, be prepared, and let it play out the way that it's intended. Because, even with the restroom trailers, we made them originally for weddings. That was its sole intended purpose, was weddings.
Right.
Weddings were 95% of our revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Now weddings maybe make up 20 to 25%.
Yeah.
uh, Event space. We do a lot of long-term contracts. We do a lot of business remodels, from warehouses to Target remodels to Lowe's remodels, but we also do a lot in the disaster resources area. So even from schools, we put up temporary services for schools and cities. So our business has grown leaps and bounds, and every time we turn a corner, there's, hey, I can't, we're loading up trailers to be put on a ship,
Yeah.
that they're gonna use it on a ship. So you never know where it's going to lead you or where it's going to take you. And I think that you just have to be open-minded. You have to continue to, uh, be open to change and look to the future. You don't ever want to be stuck as they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. That's not entirely true. You have to continue to be innovative to be in the front, because we have to think 5 years down the road. Just because we're doing great today doesn't mean we're going to be doing great in 5 years. We have to continue to go with you have to continue to build, you have to continue to do things.
That's right. That's right. You sound like the founder that has their, crap together.
I don't know if I would say that.
All right, as we wrap this up, what's a book or resource that you would recommend to another CEO?
That's I have been listening to uh more podcasts of late. One of the books that I just picked up though is Lead It Like Lasso.
Mm,
I don't know if you've read
I don't
that
know that
yet.
one. Mm-mm.
I love the show Ted Lasso.
Okay.
I liked his leadership style on the show. So I actually started I actually have it right here. Look, and that's
There you
funny.
go.
Um, Lead It
Check
Like
it out.
Lasso. I just started reading it, but it's a leadership book for life. It says your life. It's that is the book I'm starting to read right now.
All right. Well, that's awesome. If somebody listening wanted to take the next step with you, learn about Royal Restrooms, what should they do?
I'd invite them to visit our website at royalrestrooms.com, or you can email us at info@royalrestrooms.com, or if you want, you can call us at our 800 number at 800-969-7434, and we'd be happy to help. And, we would like to go, we would like to grow. We'd like
Yeah.
to, not too fast. We're not, we're not gonna tackle you and beat your brow off. We like to know who we're getting in bed with.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, David. We really enjoyed having you.
Well, thank you, Winter. I appreciate it very much.